goods sector. All right, our top story tonight, Exelon Corporation, a major producer of nuclear, natural gas, and wind power, is telling the government it wants the wind energy tax credit gone. This production tax credit gives more than $1 billion a year to the wind energy industry. That is a huge chunk of change. But now, because of this, Exelon has been kicked out of the American Wind Energy Association. But I think it's 55 or 52% of their energy comes from nuclear power. So they have a lot of other sources that perhaps they favor, right? Is that their motivation, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're right in making the case that it's time for this production tax credit to end. What it's become really is just a boondoggle for the wind industry. We're talking about an industry that has been getting this credit now for 20 years, okay? And now what's happening is they're really literally distorting the markets that they're in by negative pricing. In other words, they're paying for their energy to come onto the grid and because they know that they can get the money back through the tax credit. And so what I think Exelon and others are starting to figure out is they're really just gaming the system so that they can profit from the taxpayer while they're distorting the market in the process.
Well, are they gaming the system, or, you know, clean energy advocates always make the case that this is how a new type of energy gets up and on its feet, that it needs some sort of help along the way until it reaches parity? I mean, how close is it to reaching parity at this point? You said it's been getting the subsidy for 20 years. That is correct. At what point does it come on par with something like natural gas?
Well, look at the numbers. We've been getting the tax credit for 20 years. Now they have renewable energy mandates in 30 states, which means they have a guaranteed market share in 30 states and climbing. And they've been getting generous grants from the 1603B program, the famous Solyndra stimulus program. I mean, at what point do you say to them, okay, guys, instead of focusing your energy on capitalizing on federal largesse...
You said to look at the numbers. Do you have the numbers? I mean, do you know how close they are to parity right now, or how much longer it would take?
Well, they're producing, they said under President Obama, wind has doubled. Well, under President Bush, it doubled also. But as an energy source, they're still less than 10% if you include solar as well. And that's a generous estimate. Natural gas is way above that. Coal, of course, is way above that in terms of electricity generation. This is a niche product. We're not saying that it shouldn't exist in the marketplace, but there's no way it'll ever come to make up for the energy that is produced from coal, oil, and natural gas.
No, but, you know, clean energy advocates, once again, you know, I'm not counting myself among them. I'm just trying to make the debate fair and balanced, you know, would say that it's all about having a mixture of energy out there, that, you know, we want to have it in the mix. So you would support it for a while so that it could be part of the solution. Is that a valid argument?
Well, it is certainly a valid marketplace. I mean, that should be the arbiter to figure out how to compete in the market. They're spending all their energy and all their time trying to get the federal subsidy.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get money from the taxpayers instead. Meanwhile, so this American Wind Energy Association that has 2,400 members and advocates, you know, promotes wind energy around the country. They are mad as a hornet at Exelon, and they've thrown them out of the association. What does that mean? I mean, should Exelon care? Should they care about being thrown out of the association? What do you get as a member of the association besides, I don't know, maybe you get a hotel discount with your card or something? What else is there?
Well, I can't speak for Exelon or OEA, but I think it is short-sighted on their part. And it really shows that the organization is about getting the federal bucks as opposed to positioning wind in the best possible light. Exelon produces a lot of wind. They're a major player in the industry. They support other things that we don't necessarily agree with them on. But in this case, they're saying enough is enough. This policy, this tax credit, is distorting the market. And by the way, it could potentially hurt down the road, because if these companies make decisions to shut coal plants or nuclear plants, if we ever get this economy moving, and God forbid, God, I hope we do, then they may shut those down and they may not be back for a time when we need them.
Yeah, or maybe, I mean, they just want to drive the competition out, that they can survive and make wind energy without the subsidy and others can't. I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe somebody from Exelon will come on the program and talk to us. Tom Pyle, thanks for coming on today. We appreciate it.
You bet.